Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to practically demonstrate how to implement file input stream and file output stream for performing file reading and file writing operations in Java. So let's get started. In one of the earlier sessions in the same Java series, I have covered file handling topic in a detailed manner, but I have not demonstrated how to implement file input stream and file output stream there. Now let me demonstrate this file input stream and file output stream in this session. So let's begin the practical demonstration. I'll first open this Eclipse IDE. Here we have a sample Java project. I'll create a new class here, say demo class, new class, say demo class. I'll select this public static void main. I'll auto generate the main method. Now here inside this main method, before I demonstrate file input stream and file output stream for file reading and file writing, we have to first create a file under this project. For creating the file, I'll be writing the code. Okay, I'll be writing the code for creating the file under this project in Java. Okay, how to write the code? Before I create the file, we need to represent the file in Java, guys. Okay, how to represent the file in Java? We have to create an object for the file class. File is equal to new file like this. Okay, we need to create an object for the file class in Java, hover the mouse and import this file from java.io package. And here, this constructor cannot be empty. Here we have to provide the name and extension of the file that you want to create or represent under this project. Okay, so let's say abc.txt. Okay, or we can say other, instead of giving abc, guys, I'll say sample.txt. Okay, that will be better. So here we are not creating the file. We are only representing the file. This statement is only representing the file, guys. Okay, it's not creating it. It's not yet created. Representing the file only. But how to create this represented file, which is having the sample name and txt under this project? For that, we have to write this code, guys. If the above file doesn't exist, okay, if this particular file not of file dot exist, I have to write. That means not of file of exist means if this particular file opposite of exist is not exist, right? If the file doesn't exist, then you have to create the file. How to create the file? For creating the file, you have to say file dot create new file. This statement will create the file, guys. Okay, this statement is only representing the file, but this statement is going to create the file if the file is already not there in this project. Okay, the file doesn't exist under this project, this particular statement will create the file. That is the meaning of this statement. But you are getting an error, guys. So it's asking you to, Java is asking you to surround this with try catch block for exception handling. But if I do so, it will make the code look complex. So for a while, I'll say add throws declaration. At the end of the program, I'll remove this and surround this with try catch block. Okay, this statement with try catch block. So for now, guys, this is a code for creating the file in Java. So save here and run this code, guys. So if I refresh here before running the code, if I refresh here, you see there is no file coming with this name sample.txt. But if I run this code here, right click run as Java application, the code has been run. Now refresh the project. You see the sample.txt file got created under the demo project. Okay, sample.txt file got created under the demo project. Okay, so this is a code for creating the project, guys, the creating the file, guys, under the project. Now let me write the code for writing some text into the file. Okay, writing the text into the above created file using file output stream. Okay, I'm going to write the text into this above created file using the file output stream. How to do that? For that, we have to first create an object for the file output stream class first. FOS is equal to new file output stream like this. You have to create an object. Over the mouse, import this file output stream from java.io. And this constructor cannot be empty, guys. Here we have to provide the above created file. Okay, into this file, if you want to write the text. So before writing the text, guys, let me open the sample.txt. You see nothing is there. Okay, now copy this file and provide it here. So into this particular file, this file output stream is going to write the text. Okay, is going to enter the text or write the text into this file. How? For that, guys, what text you want to enter? You have to write down what text. Let's say string text. Okay, text to be entered or text to be written. Okay, let's say written into the file. Text to be written is equal to, here I'll give the text. Okay, I'll give the text as my name is Arun Motori. Okay, like this I'll give the text. Fine. So if this particular text need to be written into this particular file, at this moment it's not there, as I already shown you. What I have to do is I have to use this object reference FIS dot. I have to use the method known as, I have to call the method known as write method. Okay, which belongs to this file output stream. Here inside this write method, I have to copy this text to be written, and this will give an error, guys. Okay, this cannot take this format. So what we have to do is, you have to say text to be written dot get bytes. Okay, you have to append this with get bytes, then it will be written. That's it, guys. So for the safe side, you can also add FOS.flush. Okay, after writing, you have to say FOS.flush, so that the text will be written into the file. So this is optional, but you can add to make sure it is really written into the file. Okay, fine. Anyhow, so at the end, guys, after you write the text and after you are done with this FOS object, there is a warning coming. As part of the best practice, you see, if you don't close this, the resource leak is happening. Okay, still the program will work, guys, but as part of the best practice, you have to close this object. Okay, for that, at the end of this operations, you have to say FIS dot close. That's it. Okay, FIS dot close. Save this. Now run this, guys. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, the run has been done. Now refresh this project. Now open this file. You see, whatever the text we have written here has been written into this sample.txt file with the help of file output stream, right? We have used file output stream for writing the text into this text file. That's one thing. Now we have to know how to read the text from the same file. Okay. So we have to read the text from the file. So for that, guys, what I will do is I'll just remove this. Okay, I'll remove this and I'll write the code for reading the text. Okay, reading the text from the file, from this particular file, how to read the text. Okay, using file input stream. File input stream. Okay, file input stream is for reading. File output stream is for writing. Okay, so we have to create an object for the file input stream first. File input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream, and here over the mouse on file input stream and import this file input stream from java.io package, and this constructor cannot be empty. From which file we want to read the text? For example, this particular file has my name is Arun Motori text. I want to read this and print in the output. Okay, for that we have to provide the file. Okay, file which is having the text. This is a file. Now here I will say FIS dot read. Okay, I'll say FIS dot read. But when you hold the mouse on this read function, guys, it is returning you not text, guys. Okay, this read function is not returning you the text, but it is returning you some int. What is this int? What will happen if I print it out? For example, if I say system.out.println, if I provide this inside this print statement, what will happen? Let's see that first. Okay, step by step we are going to learn. Okay, if I am going to print this FIS dot read, what is going to print? It's going to print some integer value. What is that value? Why it is printing like that? Let's see. Java application. You see 77 is getting printed, guys. Okay, so if I open this file, guys, what is the first letter here? M. Okay, if I open the browser and search for ASCII table and search what is the number for M. Okay, in the ASCII table, I'll just open this ASCII table from somewhere, guys. Let me open the ASCII table. Yeah, here is ASCII table. So the first letter was M, right? What is the associated ASCII value for this capital letter M, guys? 77. That's why here in the output we got 77. So what we have to do to make this to make the character being printed for that particular ASCII number? So here we have to cast it with char. Okay, char of, you have to provide the casting here, casting. Before this FIS dot read, we have to say char. Okay, now this ASCII value will be converted to the character and printed. This time when I run this code, guys, you'll see M letter will be printed. Okay, only M, that is the first letter of this particular text, got printed. But what about other letters? For other letters, guys, you have to copy paste this one. Okay, copy paste MY, again copy paste like this. Keep on copy pasting, guys. Keep on copy pasting. So how many statements you copy paste, that many letters will come. But this is not a good approach, I know. But still, let's run my name. like this it is coming. Okay, so but this is not a good approach, right? What I will do here is, instead of writing like this, I'll remove all this stuff. Here we'll implement a while loop, guys. Okay, to make this possible, we'll implement a while loop. While here uh, I'll say I is equal to, or yeah, I is equal to int I is equal to FIS dot read. Okay, because this is giving some integer value, right? FIS dot read is giving some integer value. I'll first say int I is equal to, I'll store that integer value into I. Now here I'll say I equal to -1. Okay, double equal to -1. So when do you get -1? When all the text is completed. Okay, when this read method has read all the one by one characters and it reaches after this here, after all the characters are completed here, finally when there is nothing to be read from this particular file, it will give you -1. Okay, so here I'll provide a not symbol and I'll surround this with circular brackets. Okay, if this comparison is not true, that means if -1 is not returned, okay, if this particular FIS.read has not returned -1, then continue this loop, guys. Okay, then continue this loop. Then continue this loop. If this I is not -1, that means there is some text here that can be read. Okay, there are some characters here that can be read. That's why I'm writing. If it is not, if the I is not -1, then continue the loop. And since we already read this first character into the I, and if that I is not equal to -1, there is some later, means 77 came last time, right? So 77 is not equal to -1, so we'll go inside the while loop. Here I will say char C is equal to char. Okay, I'll just convert this. I'll typecast this of I. Okay, like this I'll say. Okay. Okay, I'm just converting this 77 into M here. Okay. Now here I will say system.out.println. Instead of println, I will make it print, guys, because there are not a lot of characters to be printed. Otherwise, it will be printed like this, new lines. Okay, I don't want the letters to be printed in new lines. Instead, I'll use a print statement, and here I will just simply copy C here. Okay. Now, before it goes to the next iteration, I'll again say I is equal to FIS.read. Okay, I'll again say FIS.read. It will read the next character. Okay. After printing the first character, it will read the next character into the, that is an integer ASCII value. I will be coming here again. If it is a character, it will not be -1. Again, we'll go into the while loop. Again, we'll be converting that ASCII value into the character, and that character we are printing. Like that, we are going till the end of the statement. Till the end of the statement, once all the characters are coming, finally -1 will come. When the -1 happens, okay, so we'll come out of the while loop. That's the logic, guys. Now here, since we are done reading the complete text from that particular file, I'll be closing this, guys. Okay, I'll be closing this resource as part of the best practice. Close. Done. Now save this and run this code. Right click, run as Java application. You see, whatever the text that has been read from this particular text file has been printed in the output. Okay, this logic is working. Now, guys, I was saying about this throws, right? I'll remove this. You'll get all the exceptions now. You'll get all the exceptions. What are the exceptions here? You see, this particular thing is giving an exception. So we can surround this with try catch block. Okay, hover the mouse and say try catch. So I was not showing this earlier because this will make the code to look complex, guys. Okay, even the code is simple, it will make the code look complex. Okay, because of the more lines of code. Okay, this is enough. And anywhere we are getting the problem here, guys. Okay, here surround with try catch block. Okay, this is another try catch block, and here again you are getting surround. Okay, wherever you get the problem, just surround that with try catch block. Here it's saying initialize a variable. Let's do that. Here is equal to null, I will say. Okay, initially it's null. And remove this. So you see, after implementing try catch blocks, it looks kind of right. Here we have to initialize a variable. Just select that I is equal to 0 got initialized. Any other, here also try catch block. You see, a lot of try catch blocks are required here, right? That's the problem, guys. So fine, guys. Okay, we have implemented all the try catch blocks. Still the program will work. And this also requires try catch block. You see, a lot of try catch blocks are required. Fine. Now save this, still it will work. The program will work after adding the try catch blocks. Run this, you'll get the my name is Arun Motori printed in the output. That is a text that has been read by the this file input stream from this text file. So hope guys you understood how to implement the file input stream and file output stream in Java for performing the file reading and writing operations. So that's it guys. Thank you. Bye.